It looked like a pretty tough session out there today. How'd you find it?
Yeah, it was tough. There's no harder way to start than a time trial, so it was good. All the boys turned up in pretty good shape after a couple of weeks off, so it was great, but I'm sure it will only get harder through end of January.
And have you found obviously your second pre-season in Perth? It gets a little bit warmer here. Have you found the pre-season's tougher here at all?
I think so. Like coming from Sydney, it was always humid and hot over there too, so Perth's a little bit drier, which does make it hard, but much of the same, I think, compared to Sydney. Coming from Melbourne might be a different story, but they are hard over here in the heat.
Yeah, and how's the body holding up that hamstring? You're fully confident in that now? Yeah,
definitely. I think I did a lot of work in the off season getting that right, and I've done a lot of work with the fitness stuff here too. So body's feeling really good. Hopefully it holds on and set myself up for a big 25.
Sweet. And obviously, how do you reflect on your first year at the club? It was obviously pretty bad timing with that injury, and then you managed to string together a few waffle games towards the end there. What are your reflections of that first year?
Yeah, it was, I think, a big learning year for myself. I came across to a new city and a new club, and I didn't know anyone over here, so that was all a challenge in itself. And then to get injured right on the eve of the season wasn't really ideal. So I guess I learned a lot about myself and about, I guess, the people around me, and putting some, leaning into that support. But now, I guess, set myself up for Big 25, new coaching staff, new players around, I'm really excited. So it wasn't the year I wanted to have, but hopefully this year can be a little bit different.
And do you get the sense that with Minnie in charge now, it is a bit of, I guess a bit of a reset? Everyone has to prove themselves and put their hands up?
Definitely. I think he came across as well, didn't really know anyone, and it's a new environment since last year. So I think everyone's on notice a little bit, but everyone's excited for what the year looks like.
And has there been anyone in particular, especially today, we probably haven't had a chance to look at everyone, but anybody that stood out to you on the track today?
I think the consensus pick pre-Christmas was Archer Reid, and I think once again he trained well today. He's looking good. He's a big lad, and obviously he's got some good players there to learn off in Oscar and Jakey Waterman. So I think Archie's putting himself in a good position to take the year on.
Yeah. And have you had, I suppose this might not be something you chat a lot about with, but Bailey Williams obviously is kind of between the two of you, and with the new coach on board. Do you get that sense of it's a bit of a battle between the two of you, or? Yeah, definitely.
I think every club, it's always like that with the ruck position. There's only one position for the both of us really, and maybe one might get swung forward here and there, but Baz and I, really good mates, get along really well, but there is a bit of competitive juice there with us, and I'm not sure which way that's going to land or what the team structure is going to look like going forward, but no, it is good. It's been a good battle thus far. Obviously it was a little bit limited pre-Chrissy, but I'll be excited to train against him over the next 6-7 weeks.
And another player that was a bit limited pre-Christmas was Harley Reid. Did you get to see much of him today? Does he look back to full training?
I think he did the test today and ran pretty well, and obviously eased into it in the pre-Chrissy block, but he's looking good. He got away with his family over the Chrissy break and freshened up, and I'm sure he'll be ready to follow up a pretty good first year into his second year.
And we saw Jack Graham and Ruben Jimby. They were doing a ton of running before Christmas, and then today as well, they were the last two out there and were working pretty hard. Have you been impressed by the amount of work they've been doing? Yeah, definitely. I think
Rubes was always the pick of the runners, and now he's got Fridge there to compete with him. So the better each other are, they're just going to compete with each other and I guess lift each other's standards. So it's exciting for Rubes to have someone to compete against, and Fridge and Bakes have both been exciting for the club and for our standards.
And obviously Ruben got in a little bit of trouble last week, made a bit of a mistake. Have you had a chance to chat to him about that? The boys just trying to get around him now?
Yeah, like you said, he made a bit of a mistake, and the boys are going to throw their arms around him and support him as best they can. I think it was unfortunate that he was in that position. They put himself into that position, but I'm sure he'll cop whatever comes his way. He's a great lad, so we'll support him and just let him go into his 25 and have another really good year.
PTSD watching you doing that running, but you ran really well. You must be pretty happy.
I think it was around where I was pre-Chrissy and felt pretty good, but they never get easier, so it's always a bit of a anxious wait at that start line. But no, I was relatively happy with how we went.
How good is it to see the likes of, Noah Long back on track and some of the boys that missed considerable time last year, like yourself, back training?
Yeah, it's exciting. Like you said, Noah Long, even Jack Petruccelli out there again now. Dom's out there again running around, and it's exciting. There's a lot of guys that miss a lot of footy, and they bring another level of, I guess, enthusiasm to the group. So it's exciting to have them back out there, and can't wait to play some more footy with them.
You coaching Minnie, does your role change at all? What discussions have you had with him, and I guess, balancing that role with Bailey this year?
Yeah, I think pre-Chrissy everyone sat down with Minnie and put our goals forward and had a bit of a conversation about what the year looks like for us. So he comes from Richmond, and my ex-coach at the Giants, Kingsley, was very similar, came from Richmond. So the way that I guess they want a ruck to play is in that mould of Nankervis, follow up, aggressive, get around the ground and impacting that light too. So yeah, I guess it may look a little bit different, but it's not something that I'm not used to.
We know pre-season is tough. You've got to have little mini goals to keep you motivated. What are some of yours? Yeah,
I think for me at the moment is just to work on that follow-up and that tackle pressure. It's something when I'm playing good footy, it's there. And last year it wasn't there, unfortunately. So for me, it's to build on my tank to allow myself to have those repeat efforts and impact the game in that way.
And Yowie copped a bit of a hit. Did you see what happened to him? Is he okay?
I actually didn't see that one. So I heard that he got a bit of a hit, but I'm not really sure where he's at. I think precautionary, I hope, but fingers crossed he's all right and back on the track the next few days.